Today we'll be talking about the Domovoi. This is also a Slavic folklore. The Domovoi is a house spirit in pre-Christian Slavic mythology / folklore, a being who lives behind the stove of a Slavic home and protects the inhabitants from harm. Attested for the 6th century, the Domovoi sometimes appear as an old man or woman, and sometimes as a pig, bird, calf, or cat. In Slavic mythology, all peasant houses have a Domovoi, who is the soul of one or all of the deceased members of the family, making the Domovoi part of ancestor worship traditions. The Domovoi lives in the hearth or behind the stove, and householders take care to not disturb the smoldering remains of a fire to keep their ancestors from falling through the grate. When a family builds a new house, the eldest would enter first, because the first to enter a new house was soon to die and become the Domovoi. When the family moved from one house to another, they would rake out the fire and put the ashes into a jar and bring it with them, saying, "Welcome, grandfather." But if a house was abandoned, even if it was burnt to the ground, the Domovoi remains behind to reject or accept the new occupants. To prevent the immediate death of the oldest member of the family, families could sacrifice a goat or lamb and it under the first stone or log set and go without a Domovoi. When the oldest member of the family eventually died, he became the Domovoi for the house. If there are no men in the house, or the head of the house is a female, the Domovoi is represented as a woman. In the most common appearance, the Domovoi was a little old man the size of a 5-year-old or under 1 foot tall, who is covered with hair. Even the palms of his hands and the soles of his feet are covered with thick hair. On his face, the only space around his eyes and nose is bare. Other versions describe the Domovoi with a wrinkled face, yellowish gray hair, white beard, and glowing eyes. He wears a red shirt with a blue belt or a blue kaftan with a rose-colored belt. Another version has him appearing as a beautiful boy dressed completely in white. The Domovoi is given to grumbling and quarreling, and he only comes out at night when the house is asleep. At night he visits the sleepers and glides his hairy hand across their faces. If the hands feel warm and soft, that is a good sign of good luck. When they are cold and bristly, misfortune is on its way. The main focus of the Domovoi is to protect the family of the household, to warn them when bad things are going to happen, to fend off forest spirits from playing pranks on the family, and witches from stealing the cows. Industrious and frugal, the Domovoi goes out at night and rides the horses or lights a candle and roams the barnyard. When the head of the family dies, he may be heard wailing at night. Before war, pestilence, or fire breaks out, the Domovoi leaves their houses and assembles in the meadows to lament. If misfortune to the family is pending, the Domovoi warns them by making knocking sounds, riding the horses at night until they are exhausted, or make the watchdog dig holes in the courtyard, or go howling through the village. But the Domovoi is easily offended and must be given gifts. Small cloaks buried beneath the floor of the house to give them something to wear, or leftovers from dinner. On March 30th of each year, the Domovoi turns malicious from dawn until midnight, and he must be bribed with food, such as little cakes or a pot of stewed grain. In the Slavic households, different versions of house spirits are found throughout the farmsteads. When a house spirit lives in a bathhouse, he is called a bannock. and people avoid taking baths at night because the manic might suffocate them, especially if they haven't prayed first. A Russian domovoi who lives in the yard is a domovoi laska. In a barn, they are ovenik. In the barnyard, they are gumenik. When a house spirit protects an animal barn, he is called a vassala or a began, and he takes on physical aspects of the animals and stays in a crib during the night. Alright guys, that was the Domovoi. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, turn your post notifications so you don't miss out. And if you guys have any recommendation videos, just let me know down below in the comment sections. I love y'all so much for staying tuned and showing all the love on this channel. I appreciate every single one of you. I love y'all. Stay safe. I will see you in the next video.